What's up, everybody? It's Friday, and I feel like going all out for you guys, so let's make a banger in 1 hour. Or in other words, I'm going to start the clock and go ham on this empty project until it sounds like a song. Don't forget to like this video, comment on this video what you think, and subscribe to this channel if you're digging what I'm doing. And don't forget, we got the Academy of EDM coming soon, which is a multi-level music production course made by yours truly, and I will let you know when the Academy is accessible. If you're just joining us here at Alex Rome, I'm Alex Rome. I teach music production, mixing, and mastering, and I want to make you a perfect musician. Alright, so let's start the clock. It's 5:21, and we're going to be done at 6:21. Let's make a banger here. Okay, so loaded up in this empty project, I have just a couple of samples that are going to help me as a guideline to get started because I have nothing else planned. It's going to be pretty tough. But the way I'm going to set this song up is I'm going to go 16 bars for the verse, and then we're going to switch over to 8 bars for the bridge, and then we're going to go 16 bars for the chorus / drop. It's either going to be chorus or drop depending on what the song ends up sounding like, but we're not that far yet, so we don't know. So I have these samples. They sound like this. And they're just going to be there to help me build some sort of chord structure and drums around them. And then we can either delete them or change them and make them sound a lot better. So I'm not really sure what I'm going to do yet, but let's break this verse down into 2 halves. So we got the second half, which is right here of the verse, and then we got the first half. First half is going to get a bass line and a chord structure, and I'm probably going to push that chord structure all the way through the verse. La, like that. And then we're going to build some perfect chords by going 7 semitones up from each of these notes, and voila, we got a perfect chord. Ooh, ooh. I can already tell we're gonna kill it. That sounds great. Oh, beautiful. I can already tell this is going to be a fun project to build. Let's make a banger. Already, since this is just note selection right now, we're not worried about what our presets are going to sound like yet. I'm going to take these notes and separate them just a little bit, just a wee bit. I'm going to come over here, give myself a new track, and this bass line I'm just going to drop over here where the drop or the chorus is going to go. So let's go like that, and then I need to get these bass notes here and separate them from this stuff here because they are no longer part of the same family. Whoops, edit, undo. I didn't mean to do that. I apologize. I don't know why I just apologized. Let's go bang, bang, bang. So here's our note choice. It's going to sound like that, but it's not actually going to sound like that. That's just our note choice. Let's give ourselves a better bass line. Sounds like this. Bang, bang, bang. Okay, and I'm going to take that and slide it on over here. I'll work on the drop later. I don't know why I wanted to speed up to the drop. So that's going to layer in for the second half of the verse. So when I have a verse, I break it into like the grid. I kind of like plan it according to the grid, not according to time. I rarely go like according to time, like your verse should be like 15 to 20 second, whatever. No, I don't do that. I do the grid. Your verse is 8 bars or 16 bars or 32 bars. If you do it that way, it's really easy to keep track of it in your head. So first half of the verse sounds like that. Second half, we bring in bass, and we're gonna bring in some dope drums. Let's go kick, and we're gonna take this kick from Splice. This kick sounds like this, and this is a loop right here. And let's just chop out the kick as such. Let's go to the fade tool to make this kick sound a little better than shit. So let's go. We're gonna go bang, 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 like this. We're gonna go bang, 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 bang. Bang, 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 bang. Oh, no. Should we just leave that last beat kind of hanging on a limb there? Let's go like this, see what this sounds like. Now let's go bang, 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 bang. Do, 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 do. Cool. All right, we have our kick drum down. We need something that makes us vibe with this a little more than what's going on right now. We're better than this. We're way better than what's down on this project right now. I'm telling you. We're gonna make something really, really dope. At least I hope. Ideas, keep your mind letting ideas in. Let your mind be free to ideas. I want to snap here. At first I wanted to snare, but I was like, snap's the way to go. Nice. Don't worry about how dirty everything sounds. We're gonna mix them later. But right now, we gotta let our minds do what our minds do, and that's be creative and throw all of our ideas down. If you get too caught up in mixing at this stage, the whole song's not done. So you're gonna have a lot of trouble finishing your song. Also, keep in mind that we're building this song in sections. All right, so we have that down. Now let's go here to our bridge, and we need to decide what's going to happen here. Is it gonna get quieter? Is it gonna get louder? Who knows? So I'm going to take this stuff that we have right here. This is our notes from the intro. I'm going to make a new track, and these... Fuck, it keeps pasting in the wrong spot where I don't want it to paste. We're just going to take these and snip and go down here. So now we have a bridge, and let's go... let's just like make something different sounding than everything that's going on. And this is like a really easy way to section your tracks out. And we could go wing, 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 like with the risers, and then we'll drop the beat right here. Bang, bang, bang. And we can take some nice big drums like we have right here and drop them in the drop right there. Don't worry, we will make the beginning sound better. I'm just trying to get the structure out, and then you know what it is. So we have this right here, which is our bass line now. Our bass line's not going to sound like that, but whatever. Let's just change it. Let's come into my menu, delete. No. Why isn't it clearing? Okay, here we go. Sub bass. Let's go. Too low. I want every kick to get its own bass note. And then we'll go restart the bass line right there. Alright, bass notes are done. Now the leads, what do I want to do for the leads? Well, I could do some kind of vocal like this and put it there as a filler for now. And then we'll go back to it later and we'll change that into something really, really awesome. And let's just remind ourselves that we're working on a drop by throwing in some big hi-hats. There's other ways to remind yourself you're working on the drop, like, I don't know, like the big bass or like the kick or something, but let's just go hi-hat because these remind me of a drop a lot, especially the way I'm about to lay them down. When you start a drop, I would highly suggest doing it some way similar to what I'm doing, which is lay down the drum beat first, because a drop is basically like an enhanced drum beat with stuff like synths and bass in the background. Or not really in the background. I just think the most important part of a drop is that rhythm, that strong rhythm. So get that down. If you don't get it down, you're going to overfill the drop with like synths and stuff like that. And synths aren't as important. It's easy to get a good sounding synth. It's not that easy to get a good sounding drum beat. I want a faster movement overall. So what I'm going to do is I'm just going to take all these. Let's take these and go slide them in between each other. We'll go like that. Fill in every spot we can. And right there. Right here, I'm going to make these like really, really quick. So it's going to sound something like this. I love this. I love when the hi-hats go like really fast for some amount of seconds, like, but it's a noticeable amount, so it's a longer amount of seconds. And then we can maybe restart the cycle right here. That'll work for now. We can come back later and decide on why it sounds not good. So let's go hi-hat. That's like, I realize what I'm doing as a producer. What I'm mostly doing as a producer, that is deciding what I can do to make this project sound better. And that's actually makes making music a lot easier when you can look at it like that. Because then you're like, well, where are my resources that are going to help me? I don't know what I'm saying. Alright, cool. Let's come back to the intro. Okay, so this is about to get really like spicy. Because now we're gonna start like building some key elements of this track into gold. That's what we do as producers. We have to make things sound like gold. So let's do it. Let's go leads and wah wah. Just thought of the best way to get into that bridge without being too noticeably horrible at transitioning. So let's go right here, and then, oh, this is gonna be so sick. I'm gonna go, where's it at? Take all these out. So these are gonna be those extra notes that you only get in the verse. I don't wanna like make them too dispersed throughout the beat, because then it'll just get like oversaturated with the same shit, and that's not good. So I'm going to make all the notes the same, and then it's probably going to do something like this. We're going to add an EQ and start a nice little effect that sounds like this. Watch this. Watch this. And then it's going to go drum roll, and then it's going to hit the drop. Let's come back into this drop and layer this. So right now what I'm doing, since I already have my note choices and structure down, I'm just going to layer things to get them sounding a little bit better. And right now I'm working on the entire song. I'm not working on just an individual section, even though I am building this in sections. I'm working on the entire song. Braze. This one's gonna sound cool. We can go something like that. Let's see if I have a layer. I do have a layer. I know, but I don't know where I'm going to find it. If I'm going to find it. This might be it, though. That's too low. Okay, let's come back into the beginning. I'm going to switch some things up with this sample to put me in a better spot. So let's get this, and I'm going to down tune it like this. Bang. Ooh. Ooh, yeah, I like this. And then it's gonna get like really like feathery here. I don't really know what feathery means, but musically I know what I'm talking about. But I only think I know what I'm talking about. Okay, let's keep moving here. We need to keep moving. We got... Let's go some kind of hi-hat that's going to be like in the beginning. Why? Because it'll set some sort of tone. It'll set some sort of rhythm for other instruments to follow. So let's do it. We need to grab a software instrument, go to drum kit. This is my go-to for different sounding hi-hats. Get like a lower quality acoustic hi-hat, throw some like Camel Crusher or something on it, and it'll sound completely different and it'll sound dope. Where? See, listen to this. Like that, we're just gonna tick it like a clock in the background. Okay, let's take this. By the looks of it, this vocal doesn't need to be compressed or anything. You can run it through a compressor if you'd like to see what it looks like, but I think we're beyond that. I really don't think that needs to be compressed because it just doesn't look like it. It's not dynamic or anything. I am going to low cut this though because I want this to start sounding cool. Let's take that, and I'm going to take a layer of it like an exact clone, and I'm going to do something really, really cool. Actually, let's not do that. That's like a mixing stage thing. I don't want to do mixing yet. Let's take this and we'll add some H delay. This is just like a delay plugin, makes like really cool stuff happen. I like this delay plugin a lot more than Logic plugins for delay. Logic didn't do good on delay plugins, I will say that. I don't like them. I'm the worst when it comes to making delay sound perfect. I'm gonna add a bus for reverb. Never add reverb. You should never just add a different reverb plugin to every instrument that needs reverb. Reverb should only be bussed. And it shouldn't only be bussed, but what I'm saying is you should keep your reverbs consistent and keep them the same. If you have 5 sounds with the same reverb, it sounds like all 5 sounds were produced in the same room. Whereas if you have 5 different reverbs, they won't mix well. So get your reverbs all sounding consistently. What I like to do is pick one preset and add it to that same preset to everything that needs reverb. Let's go, I don't know which one of these sounds good in the large halls, but I do want large. Let's take this right here, add our reverb bus to those snaps. Let's take this sound here, it's got its own reverb, I'm just going to take that reverb off. Then I'm going to come into here and add my reverb and see if it still sounds good. This sound is cool and all, but it's kind of aimlessly floating over the center pan. I don't want it in the center pan actually, I want it in the left and the right ear, so let's make that happen ASAP. I'm going to come here, make this look a little different, this curve here. I want to take this, and now we're gonna get funky. I have all of these edits on that one. I'm gonna put that over here on the track stack. I'm gonna erase that from there, and watch this. This is gonna be life changing. My vocals are already edited. Listen to all that reverb. Woo! It's gonna sound cool. Since this is the drop, we can get rid of these snaps. When the drop comes in, step up your drums. Just step them all up. If you have hi-hats in the verse, scratch them. Get rid of them. Make new hi-hats for the drop, because you want them to be stronger. You want the drop to be an enhanced version of what was going on before it. That's what I think, at least. Makes the best drop. So let's go. So I have a snap in my verse, which is very easy to enhance for the drop. So my verse has a snap, which is small. So I need to go big for my drop. Let's add some kind of a beefy snare. I love that snare, but I already used it. Here's one. I didn't use this one yet. So this one's a lot bigger, obviously. Actually, alright, you know what? I'm going to stick with that rhythm, even though right now, at this very given second in time, I'm like, we could probably do better than that rhythm. But whatever. We'll decide on that later. Right now, I'm not concentrated on what I can do to make this sound perfect. I'm concentrated on what I could do to get every idea out of my head before I forget about them. That tends to happen a lot. If I'm like working on a project and I spend too long on one section of the song, I forget what I even want to do for the rest of the project. So watch this. Let's fix that problem. We have a verse, a bridge, and a drop. It sounds like this. Well, I'm not going to show you yet. I'll play it in a second. But we have our verse, bridge, drop over here. So what I'm going to do easily is, oops, cancel. Command R. We're going to go like that to duplicate everything. Alright. And then let's come over here and see if we're at a necessary length of time for a full song. No, we're not. We're only at 2 minutes and 8 seconds. I like to hit the 3 minute and 10 second mark. I have trouble making long songs. Some people have trouble making their songs shorter. It's just, you know, what can I say? So what I'm going to do is just give us one more full section here. And right there, we have what's called a skeleton. Skeleton is just like the bones of the project. It's the note choice, the structure, like the really foundation-y parts of your song. The drum sounds, you can get them right with a skeleton, but this is a skeleton. It's like a really thin mix, but the whole song is laid out and you know exactly what you're going to go for. So then I could do something like this. All right, well, we have drop, drop, drop. That's 3 drops. Would I want to combine those drops together, maybe make 2 big drops instead of 3 little drops? Do I want one of my verses to sound completely different than the other 2? Because right now I have 3. So we need to decide, like, where do we want to go? Do we want this to be like a pop song? Because if it was a pop song, I can have 3 choruses and it'll sound dope. If I'm going like heavy hitting EDM, I might want like 1 or 2 drops instead of 3, and 1 or 2 long drops instead of 3 small ones. You know what I mean? So let's just pick something here. Let's go drop. Let's make a drop. We're not going to do pop. We're not going to do choruses. We're going to do some kind of heavy hitting EDM song. So I need to restructure some of what I got going on here. So here's what I'm going to do. This is all going to go away. And I'm going to use this section of our song here to help me form together a nice second drop and break. So the break, it's going to probably do this. I'm going to make it really extended. So like when the bass comes in, it's going to be a completely different ball game. When the counter melody comes in, it's going to be completely different. Because look, these are twice as long as they were in the beginning. In the beginning, we had just this much bass. We had 8 bars of bass. Like that. Only 8 bars, but now we're going 16 bars of bass, which is kind of scary to me because we have a drop that is supposed to come after this. So what we need to do as a producer is decide what's the best thing to do here. I'm gonna go maybe we can do let's do something like this. We're gonna double the length of the drop, but don't be fooled. We're still gonna do something really sick. Let's go like that. And for the second half, let's go something like that. Yeah, we'll figure out what we're going to do for the second half. But for the second half of that drop, look at that. That drop is 32 bars. So yeah, this whole second half, we have to really get creative and do something cool. Because if it's not cool enough for our listeners, we're going to get dumped. So let's keep that in mind. Finally, we can get rid of all this because that section is now pointless. Because we did that right here. And I'm going to take this drop and we're really going to have a good idea of what our song's going to sound like. Right now, I'm looking at this song like a songwriter. I'm not worried about sound design yet. I'm not worried about like irrelevant things to this point right now. I need to get my structure and skeleton sounding perfect so I know what it is I'm working on. If you don't know what you're working on, your song's never going to go anywhere. So let's do that. So there we go. Now we got 2 super long drops, a long second break, and oh yeah, look at this. 3 minutes and 12 seconds. Our song's done. Length is there. Now all we have to do is make it sound audible. This is not audible. This is just an idea. Let's get going. I'll figure out those notes later. No sense dwelling on something as little as note placement. It's important to get the notes right, but it's more important just to keep moving. Keep your brain producing shit. There's a lot of stuff inside your brain. I don't know why I just said that like that. That's like weird. Let's go white noise, and we're gonna start building a build-up. Why? Because we don't have one yet. And what's an EDM track without the dopest build-up that gets everybody moving? We have to get everybody moving. So let's go bang, bang, like that. So now we have a white noise sweep. Obviously, white noise means something's coming. So let's go add another layer. And this layer is going to be all claps. Claps. If you don't have any idea for a build up, and if your brain's not helping you out, watch this. I don't like any of these, but just get like a basic sounding clap, kind of like this one. You're gonna go bang, bang. We're gonna go. It's just gonna start out of nowhere, and when you hear those claps, you're gonna be like, okay, something real is coming. And we're gonna go like with some drums. All right, now I'm gonna really start working fast because I want to get as close to done as we can be. I'm telling you, this song is going to be something before we end here, and I have to really start moving and kind of shut up a little bit because I'm blabbing about nothing. All right, let's go snare. This is the worst sounding snare for a build-up. There we go. This one's better. It still sounds like shit, but we can change that later. Right now it's note placement. Let's go bang, 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 bang. Like that. And then we're going to add an EQ. This EQ is going to have a filter. Why? Because you got to filter these in. You actually don't have to. I just like to do it. Let's go like this. And then we're going to do something like this. And our snare roll now sounds like this. Dope. Alright. Let's step ahead of the game here and get these in a track stack. Just makes for good good organization. You know what I mean? Build up perks. Oh wait, that's not a percussion. This is a percussion. Like that. I want to make some kind of a riser here. I don't know if I'm moving fast or not. I can't tell. I want to like move faster. I feel like I'm talking a lot. But then again, I'm like talking as I'm moving. Let's go bang, 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 bang. Oh. Wrong move. Like that. Like that. We've been going for 43 minutes. Or something like that. That's what my camera says. Alright. Automation. Pitch bend. We have to make this pitch up. Let's go. Let's go, let's go. Pitch up. Alright, let's do that. Okay. Bang. Okay. Come over here. We have to make this match our new rhythm because I have a drum beat in my mind and it's not what I had planned in the beginning. But that's okay. Things are always changing because your mind is always coming up with better ideas, I think. After you get your idea down, usually the first rawest idea, your mind says like, oh man, that you could do way better than that later on. So just keep your mind going. I already know. This is almost banger worthy, and I honestly don't even have any of the elements down that I have in mind for this. For this drop. So did I say we were going to be done at 6:21? It is 6:04. Oh, you don't even know. There's so much more about to come out of my brain. Oops, I didn't mean to do that. We gotta fix that. Mute on, off. There we go. Alright, ready? So this, since we're here, since we're like this in the verse, for this, we can step it up, bring in some momentum, make everybody move a little bit faster, make all the leads move a little bit faster. So let's go something like this. Oh, the flex pitch is getting funky there. What do I do in this situation? I'm gonna put it on its own track. Maybe that'll help. La 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 la. Only bangers here at Elektron, by the way. If you're just joining us, only bangers. I don't know what that means. Maybe it means we only make bangers here. That's what it means. Yup. So what I'm going to do later, or if this was going to be a song that I wanted to actually make a real song, I would take those vocals and I would probably replace them with like my vocalist that I have on hand, my girlfriend. Let's beef this drop up. Let's go, let's try some super saws. Super saw go-to is Serum. Let's go init preset, and then we're going to go to the MB saw. The MB saw. Let's see how much battery we have left here. Oh, we got 22%. Are we gonna make it? I hope we make it. I sure do hope we make it. Alright, come on, Mr. Camera. Let's stay on Alex. I don't know if I'm still in frame here. Alright, let's go. Let's try that. Alright, MB Saw. More unison than just one because we're better than that. I don't know what that means. Let's go. MB Saw. Up an octave. Down a level. Let's go filter these a little bit. I like to just snip them at the top like that. Just to soften those highs. The high frequencies of synths get a little high sometimes. I want to go wah, 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 or something like that. So we're gonna go go something like this. Super saws. Anytime I make super saws, I really set them up to give me a good reference as to what they're actually going to sound like in a later stage of the song. Another thing about super saws is they're it's tough to get them sounding perfect sometimes. So I tend to like layer them with one being really detuned and the other not as detuned. Let's go to, I don't want to sidechain yet. See, like I didn't sidechain a thing, but who cares? Let's just see what it's gonna sound like chained. I want to go. Where's the kick? Right here. Heartburn. Ooh. Whatever, just lightly do it for now. So what I do is I get something like some sort of structure like this. I got my chords, I got my bass, I have my drums. I could definitely step my drums up though. It needs like more extra hits there. I got my lead, which is perfect. All I have to do is build around that lead, and boom, we got a song. But where was I going with that? Oh yeah. The outside. So we got all the important things in, is what I'm saying. Now we got to get the not as important things, but they're still incredibly important because they're going to fill the song out. And that's some background instruments. Let's get a some, what's it called, reactor. My go-to for pads, the best thing at creating some sort of pad. So let's go paddy, bang, bang, bang. Ooh, ah. Something like that. Ah, ooh. This mixed will sound unreal. I'm gonna actually take this last 5 minutes on mixing what I could. I'm not gonna get anything done like remotely close to what I want to get done, or remotely close to what this needs, but I want to give you an idea of how cool it would sound mixed. But wait a second, I'm getting all jumbled up here. I have to show you what this entire track sounds like. So yeah, I'm gonna go hard in the mixing for 5 minutes, the mixing and arranging for 5 more minutes, and then I'm gonna show you what we created here. Okay, let's go back here. Sounding good. Get rid of this. Possibly take the vocals from verse 1. Change up the drum beat a little bit to let the people know that it's a different part of the song. Bang, bang, pop, pop, like so. Get rid of that last note there. Let's go bang like this and watch. So we're gonna go drop, and then we're gonna go like, we're gonna give it like one of those outro drop things. I like this. There's a lot of vibes in the chord structure. There's a lot of vibes in the lead. There's a lot of vibes in the beginning, in the end. We even like we got this thing here that can do wonders right here. And then I'm going to carry the bass over. I'm going to come into this part of our track, and my camera's like wobbling all over the place. I don't have a real tripod for it. It's actually sitting inside, lodged inside of a salt lamp, Himalayan salt lamp. Come on, I'm not cutting this out, so I better get this standing up straight rather soon here. Why am I having so much trouble? This thing was like up the whole time. It was wobbling though. There we go. Alright, let's do it. So right here, we have a channel EQ. I need to do that same cool filtery effect on this lead here, which is the vocal right before the drop. I'm going to cut it. Oh shit, that's the wrong parameter. High cut frequency. Oh, apparently we're at an hour.